Today, one of the big game and toy companies in the world, the Bandai Namco Group. There's about 90 companies in the group, and I ran the company that is today called Namco USA here in America. And I saw the potential, and Andy and I have talked about it a lot. I ended up saying, you know what, I want to be a part of this. I'm really passionate about games. I play games almost every day of my life. This is fun for me. I'm really passionate about trying to build a relationship with our players and our guests. We want to try to get them excited about what we're doing, get them immersed in what we're doing. But at the end of the day, games are a real business, and that was something that was beaten into me a long time ago by the founder of Namco. It's a public Japanese company. I was in a situation where I get really excited by entertaining people. I get really excited by doing something different. And I saw the opportunity here to really have an impact on what was happening in the entertainment space, and frankly, disrupting the way the traditional entertainment and game business works. And I think that's what you're going to see happening here. As we talked about doing the concept, we started talking about how do we evangelize this, how do you do it, and that helped develop out the project that you guys are going to hear a lot more about from other people, which is the Silica neXus and what Convergence is really all about. The interesting thing was, because we've been doing this a long time, we've been building game environments, we've been putting people in them, we've been building economies inside the game environments, but again, it was a closed system. You had this closed ecosystem, and if any money you got into it, we couldn't really get out of it. So as we started putting that together for our next project, and it makes a lot of sense, and it's really viable, but suddenly, Andy one day comes up and starts talking about the blockchain, and I'm going, what? What are you guys talking about? And I actually had to go research it. I was like, okay, I don't want to sound like an idiot, but what's going on here? And suddenly it made a lot of sense. Suddenly we've got a way to validate that in-game currency and to make it work in other ways. So it's not just a currency for in-game, but in other parts of the experience. Because I don't even call what we're doing a game. It's more of an experience. We're building a platform for experience and allowing people to interact with each other. And that's what's exciting to me. When you can get people to interact socially and do things together, that's how you get them to come back. That's how you build engagement. That's how you get people excited and become ambassadors for what you're doing. I really see the way that we can change the way people work together. And the reason I got excited about the concept early on was, strictly speaking, that cross-platform interaction. There's a lot of reasons it doesn't exist. Technically, it can exist. It doesn't really exist that well. What we're building is a platform that does enable that. It makes it a lot easier to implement. And so we can build communities across those platforms and let them interact, and then take that experience outside of even the platform that we're building. And that's where I get really, really excited about how we disrupt all this. So what we're trying to do is find a way to build a mechanism so the game developers can actually contribute to what we're putting together, and they get rewarded for it. And we're building a much closer, tighter bridge between the developer and the user than what has been done before. And that's where it starts to disrupt the industry, because a lot of people don't want to see that for their own economic reasons. Obviously, talks about it's really about faith and trust. So if we don't have the trust of the players and the faith from the players that this is valid and fair systems, and that it's transparent and it's open, then it's never going to work. So we've got to get buy-in from everybody that's involved in the project. So a lot of what we've been doing, and a lot of what I've been talking about with the team, is how do we build systems that make it completely transparent? How do we ensure that every player, every participant in the experience understands exactly what's going on, and they know what's happening, so that they feel ownership in the environment, they feel ownership in the game, and they believe in what we're doing, so that they feel like it's fair and it's open. And that's a big part of the governance for us, is building the systems that will inspire that faith. I'm here, but that's kind of where we're at, and that's who I am. Any questions?